Imagine a fighter jet so light it can dance through the skies like a feather, yet so deadly it can strike with the accuracy of a sniper. This isn't an American prototype or a Russian experiment. This is HAL Tejas, India's very own light combat aircraft, and it's quietly shaking the foundation of modern air warfare. Designed with a vision to eliminate dependence on foreign powers, Tejas is more than just a war machine. It's a flying declaration of sovereignty, innovation, and ambition. From a distance, Tejas looks compact, almost unassuming. But as it closes in, you realize this machine has no tailplane, a perfect delta wing, and a skin crafted from composite materials that absorb radar like a sponge soaks water. That means it can sneak past enemy radars, pull tight G-force turns in close combat, and return home with barely a scratch. What began as a national dream in the 1980s has now turned into a global conversation. The journey of Tejas wasn't smooth. It was laughed at, doubted, delayed, and even dismissed. But India persisted. Engineers, designers, and test pilots risked everything to make this aircraft take off. Not just into the skies, but into history. And now, Tejas is no longer a trial. It's a triumph. Let's talk numbers. With a top speed of Mach 1.8, a range of over 1,700 kilometers, and the ability to carry a lethal mix of air-to-air, air-to-surface, and anti-ship missiles, Tejas is optimized for both dogfights and deep strikes. But that's not all. It's equipped with a digital fly-by-wire system, a glass cockpit, helmet-mounted sights, and next-gen sensors that allow pilots to respond to threats in milliseconds. This isn't just a fighter jet. It's a sixth sense in the air. And unlike many other nations' jets, Tejas is designed for multirole capability. Need to defend your skies? It's ready. Need to strike deep into enemy territory? It'll go. Need to take off from short runways in high-altitude zones like Ladakh or the Himalayas? It's already been tested there. Few jets in the world are built with such specific geographical and strategic understanding. HAL Tejas doesn't just fly, it adapts. And that adaptability is precisely why the world is watching. Malaysia, Egypt, the Philippines, Argentina, all eyes are now turning to Tejas, not just for its performance but for its price. Compared to Western jets like the F-16, Tejas offers nearly 80% of the same capability at nearly half the cost. It's faster to maintain, easier to operate, and tailored for 21st century warfare. Even in the realm of electronics and radar, Tejas is stepping into global league with the upcoming Uttam AESA radar, homegrown and deadly precise. AESA radars are the brain and eyes of any modern fighter, and India building one indigenously proves how serious it is about controlling its own military tech destiny. Combine that with its smart jamming systems, electronic countermeasures, and infrared missile warning systems, and Tejas starts to look less like a budget option and more like a modern marvel. But perhaps its greatest strength isn't in the metal, the engine, or even the radar, it's in the message. Tejas represents a shift from dependency to self-reliance, from copy to creation, from hesitation to domination. When most countries shrink under the pressure of developing indigenous jets, India dared to keep pushing, and now that gamble is paying off. If you're watching from the US, you might wonder, why should we care? Because this is the future of air combat. Smart, agile, stealthy, and sovereign. Tejas proves you don't need billion-dollar budgets to build world-class machines. You need vision, grit, and decades of perseverance. And now India has all three. Still think India is flying 1980s era MiGs? Think again. This is not a borrowed aircraft. It's not a licensed version. It's not a hand-me-down. It's Indian, designed on Indian soil, tested by Indian pilots, and soon to be operated from Indian aircraft carriers. Yes, there's even a naval version of Tejas, tested and capable of STOBAR takeoffs and arrested landings. Very few countries in the world have such multirole capability across land and sea. You'll rarely find a jet that's this affordable, this versatile, and this battle-ready. HAL Tejas has also seen deployment during real-life tensions at the borders. This isn't a hangar queen, it's an active, combat patrol aircraft, flying missions across the Himalayas, showcasing high-altitude performance that even some Western aircraft struggle to match. And while the West continues to dominate global headlines with F-35s and Eurofighters, Tejas is flying under the radar, literally and figuratively. But not for long. Its next iteration, the Tejas Mk2, is already in development. Bigger, bolder, and even more lethal. Soon it will challenge Gripens, Falcons, and perhaps even 5th-gen fighters with its own stealth upgrades and deeper strike ranges. And let's not forget the AMCA stealth fighter project following close behind. India isn't catching up. It's carving its own path. So, the next time you think of modern air power, don't just think Lockheed, Sukhoi, or Dassault. Think HAL. Think Tejas. Because in a world obsessed with big names and billion-dollar contracts, Tejas is proving that innovation, intelligence, and integrity can create something truly extraordinary. And that's exactly why you need to keep watching. If you're impressed by what Tejas has achieved and believe indigenous innovation matters, then go ahead, drop a comment saying Tejas is the future below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve with more mind-blowing military tech breakdowns, then don't just like the video, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss the next one. Your support is the fuel that keeps this engine running. And trust me, you're going to want to see what's coming next. Because this isn't just a story about a plane. It's a story about rising above limits. It's a story about flying higher on your own wings. This is HAL Tejas. And this is just the beginning.